The art of the Philippines refers to the works of art that have developed and accumulated in the Philippines from the beginning of civilization in the country up to the present era. It reflects its society and non-Filipinos their wide range of cultural influences on the country's culture and how these influences hewn the country's arts. The art of the Philippines can be divided into two distinct branches, namely traditional arts and non-traditional arts. Each branch is further divided into various categories with subcategories. For the first branch of arts, we have traditional arts that has weaving, folk performing arts, and pottery. And now for the second distinct branch, we have non-traditional arts that consists of dance, theater, and visual arts, which also includes literature and other broadcasting arts.
What is happening? The current situation of the Philippine arts and culture amidst the pandemic. When the world stopped because of COVID-19, activities that catered to a live audience were compromised. Most affected was the arts, be it performing or visual. But such a creative field found ways to show their art and reach their audience confined at home. Museums and galleries began offering a virtual and audio tours and opened their exhibitions via digital meeting rooms. Ballet and theater companies made available archival footages of ballet performances, stage plays, musicals, films, and concerts. They also used the digital medium to conduct workshops, seminars, and talk shows.
Opportunity in art that you shouldn't miss. In collaboration with Multi-Genre Arts Festival Fringe Manila, Pilipinas Shell recently launched Virtual Art Intera, a platform for renowned artists to share their insights on the sector and how to develop their skills. The Virtual Forum cum Workshop is a part of the Petroleum Corporation's long-running National Student Art Competition or NSAC, an ongoing contest aimed to support young artists. Entries are still being accepted until October 11.
Now let's talk about the COVID displaces 400,000 arts cultural workers. Some 400,000 workers in the country's arts and culture sector have been left jobless as the government restricts mass gatherings amid to the coronavirus disease 2019, which is also known as the COVID-19 pandemic. Ryan Alejandre, the Executive Director of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, open parenthesis, NCCA, close parenthesis, yesterday said that they are asking help for the 3,615 groups from the 19 sectors greatly affected by the community quarantine. The effects of COVID-19 pandemic on cultural workers and artists in the country is enormous since most of them are freelancers. There is no employee-employer relationship. They are the ones directly hit by the lockdown, Alejandro said in Filipino during the Laging Handa briefing.
It's been 10 months since the pandemic outbreak happened in the Philippines. Even the cultural heritages has been stopped throughout. One of the NCCA workers since 2014 and now a worker of Subcommission on Cultural Heritage, Dylan Robilios, witnessed on how pandemic stopped the workshops and traveling task for promoting Philippines' cultural heritages to different countries. It might stop the work but it won't stop the process, as if until now they are still doing their jobs by spreading awareness and asking Filipino citizens to join and take responsibilities for their own common heritages, and it would be all effective.
Estrada hits tangentially on a salient point, one that is rarely talked about. Cultural workers give their time, energy, and resources in performing the civic duty of assisting those who are the most vulnerable. But there are no forgetting that in this hierarchy of sectors, we are just as endangered by this state of affairs. if not already vulnerable ourselves. What Estrada mentions as a lack of coordination and unity is of course crucial not in just naming this predicament, as it is in addressing the probable outcome that this is a cultural sector in dire straits.
The chairperson of the Cultural Center of the Philippines, or CCP, Margie Moran Florendo, shares that the pandemic situation fast-tracked the implementation of the institution's pending transition plan to an online platform. We have started collaborating with Virgin Lab Fest, or VLF, in launching last June 10 live virtual performances on CCP's and VLF's Facebook accounts. We have partnered with Vimeo so people can watch all shows with behind-the-scenes footage, talkbacks, etc. Florendo says. CCP has also held an online concert and has uploaded archival footage of past performances of its resident companies. The Cinemalaya Independent Film Festival 2020 is premiering via online streaming this month.
Two of the earliest theater companies to offer their performances online and for free using their newly launched digital spaces are Tanghalang Filipino and Philippine Educational Theater Association. Similarly, Ballet Philippines opened its 51st season via BP OnStream last month. Ultramondo Creative Space launched a series of virtual exhibitions from June 18 to July 19. The Metropolitan Theater did the same, migrating ongoing exhibitions online and hosting a curator and artist talk via Zoom application inspired by its titled Cues from the Times of Art and Crisis. Comments Tina Colaiko, Met President, it has been remarkable to see and discover with our smartphones and devices how the arts have uplifted our spirits in times of isolation and fear during this pandemic.
This month.
As soon as media giant ABSCBN went off air, artists from the media and creative industry were quick to show their support. The COVID-19 pandemic had an impact against the art and culture heritage. It has also affected a lot of Filipino people, as well as our cultural institutions. It also shows control with the flow of information and also with our culture and arts. The concerned artists of the Philippines questioned the shutdown of the ABS-CBN as it comes when Filipino people needs information about the coronavirus crisis. This malicious attack on press and freedom also threatened the livelihood of media and creative industry workers. Some artists were inspired to share their work online to rally behind the media giant. As said, the government does not recognize free and critical reporting because for them, it is more important to silence the press than reveal the truth.
The second paragraph expresses that the shutting down of the establishment ABS-CBN, which is the Duterte's administration, is at fault, could affect the artists and the workers of the entertainment. It also states that the Duterte's administration is more likely controlling the flow of information, which is from the SAD franchise, which is likewise the country's largest media conglomerate. Hence, this created or rather than triggered a trauma from the past. It is like history is repeating itself when the Philippines is under Marcos.
As many Filipinos spend more time at home due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some creative artists have taken the opportunity to hone their skills and artistic expression. It says here that Filipinos use this opportunity to enhance their skills when it comes in the arts, and they use the pandemic as an inspiration. Vincent proved that artists don't need traditional mediums to create exquisite art by producing portraits. In this slide, it says that some artists prove that they don't need to use traditional mediums to create a creative portrait. They can also find an alternative tool that they will enjoy using. UFC banana ketchup is always what is in our kitchen, and I don't like to stick to the conventional typical artworks that we see, said Vincent. It says here that Vincent wants to be unique in his artwork. The thread continues with the soy sauce art of Cebu, who paints picture with silver swan soy sauce. In this slide, it shows that Filipinos are creative on their own. They can use any condiments or any tool to make their arts unique and continue to amaze people.
Thea said that her choice of using soy sauce in creating her artwork said that it's easy to be used as a medium and is just found typically in every kitchen of a Filipino household. Because of their creativity and resourcefulness, NutriAsia has sent Vince and Thea some of their art and products of the company. NutriAsia also started a new challenge last July on their brand locally to let netizens to share their exceptional ways to show art and love for the Philippines. Many responded positively to the challenge. This kind of movement of the company not only shows that the trusted company of the kitchen moves in the kitchen, but also moves in the hearts of the Filipino and shares an advocacy that they believe in the art and creativity of the Filipinos.
Development of the Philippine arts and culture during COVID-19 pandemic has changed everything about the arts. Everything now is just seen through the glass screens that has now become essential to every person in the world. The pandemic has changed the traditional way into an innovative way that involved technologies in the scenario. Yet, Philippine arts and its culture found so many ways to keep its drive going, just like the Filipinos. It kept on coming back on its feet and rise again with better hopes of survival. Art is the music of the eyes.